We need to stop pretending that South Africa is still a country governed by the rule of law. We are a country governed by the rule of the man. That man is Cyril Ramaphosa. Look at the Phala Phala matter. We are now in January 2026, 14 months. That is how long the Constitutional Court has set on a judgment that determines whether the President of this Republic has violated the Constitution. With no end in sight, 14 months of silence from the highest court in the land on a matter of the highest national agency. Why? I guarantee you, it's not because the judges have not made up their minds. It's simply the president hasn't given them permission to release it. But the capture did not start with a delay. It started with a reward. Do we remember the SR17 campaign funding scandal, when the public protector found that the president had deliberately misled Parliament about the sources of his ANC campaign funding? When she found prima facie evidence of money laundering in those hundreds of millions of rands, who was the judge who stepped in to overrule that report in the High Court? Judge Dustin Lambo. And what happened next? In a country full of brilliant legal minds, who did Cyril Ramaphosa choose to elevate to Deputy Chief Justice straight from the High Court? The very same Dustin Lambo. It is a perfect clinical circle of patronage. You rule in my favor when my presidency is on the line, and I will hand you the keys to the judicial kingdom. It's not appointment, it's a quid pro quo when the man who is before the courts is the same man who promotes the judges. The scale of justice isn't balanced, it's weighted. It's weighted in favor of whoever holds executive office.
November ka-2024, i-EFF kanye ne-ATM baya kwi-Constitutional Court beyothi akubuyekezwe isinqumo esathathwa uSpeaker kanye ne-National Assembly sokuthi kungaqhutshekwa nokuprosecutwa uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa mayelana nodaba lwePhala Phala, ngoba kunepanel eyahlala yathi there is prima facie evidence, so okusho ukuthi uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa has got a case to answer. Kodwa-ke iParliament la decide ukumvikela, ngakho-ke i-ATM ibambisene ne-EFF yayisiya enkantolo bazethula izethulo zabo kusuka ngoNovember ka-2024. Okuthe ngoNovember ka-2025 ngiyacanga kwakuyi-17, i-EFF yaba nemasha enkulu ithi sekuphela unyaka wonke i-Constitutional Court ayikazi iphume ne-judgment. Okuthe ngoJanuwari uVuyo Zungula wenza le video uqeda kuyibona, njoba yasho ukuthi it's been 14 months manje seku-April, okusho ukuthi sekudlula inyanga eziningi kakhulu. Ngeviki eliphelile uCIC uJulius Malema ubhale iletha ayibhalela uJustice Mandisa Maya ezwakalisa ukudumala nokungaphatheki kahle kwakhe ukuthi i-Constitutional Court kuze kube manje ayikazi isikhiphe isinqumo mayelana nodaba lwePhala Phala. Zile video mayelana nalelo daba sayifunda yonke futhi iletha ebibhalwe uCIC uJulius Malema mayelana nalelo daba lelithinta iPhala Phala. Constitutional Court iphendulile leyo letha ebhalwe uCIC uJulius Malema. Kanje CCT 35/24 Economic Freedom Fighters and Other versus Speaker of the National Assembly and others. The Chief Justice has directed me to write to you as follows. 1. Receipt of your letter dated 25 March 2026 is hereby acknowledged. 2. The preparation of the judgment is at an advanced stage and its delivery is expected within a month. Yours faithfully, base bayasayina. Le letter lena ke bayibhale ngomhla ka-8 ku-April 2026 osukwini la izolo. Lokho kuchaza ukuthi i-judgment yePhala Phala izophuma maduze ngoba bathe within a month. Kodwa uVuyo Zungula ngesikhathi bekhuluma neNewsroom Africa uveza ukukhathazeka kunokuthi ajabule ngoba amalungu e-EFF ne-ATM fanele ngabe bayajabula ngoba ekugcineni sesophuma isinqumo, kodwa ukhombisa ukukhathazeka wakhuluma kanje.
500 days, South Africans need to be really worried because institutions such as the courts it depends on the perception, the manner in which they conduct themselves. It leads to whether people believe in the integrity of the courts, believe that, they are not biased and they just rule according to the law. Now, to take 500 days on already established principles, for us as a party, we're really concerned that we do not have a court that is advancing and protecting the Constitution. Because even by their own rules, there is a norms and judicial standards for judicial officers, which I think it was Chief Justice Mogoeng, 2013 or 2014, that guideline is saying judgments must be issued within 3 to 6 months. In this case, it is 16 months. Now, what moral standing does the justices of the Constitutional Court have to chastise the lower courts if they take extended periods of time to issue judgments? So that is the crux of the constitutional crisis we have in the country.
Ngakusho mina, alikho icala elake labhekana noPresident Cyril Ramaphosa lamuhla. Alikho icala elake labhekana noPresident Cyril Ramaphosa kwathiwa limlahlile. Ilokho nje engingakusho. Futhi ngiyasizwa isikhalo sikaVuyo Zungulo ukuthi according to umthetho wabo, i-judgment funeka iphume within 3 to 6 months. Lesithatha isikhathi eside kangaka ivinjwe yini? Impela ngiyakubona ukukhathazeka kwabo. Futhi engabe banenhlanhla le angaze njani uma ngase kuthiwa isinqumo esiphumile sivune bona. Ngabe banenhlanhla le ehlula ukwenza. Kodwa njengoba ngishilo ekuqaleni, alikho icala elake labhekana noPresident Cyril Ramaphosa kwathiwa limlahlile. Angisazi sizathu yini. Bengithi nje angidlule lapha. Ne-EFF ikhipha iletter nayo sizoyifunda. 4 pages letter sizozama nje ukufunda ngokusheshsha. Statement EFF isikhiphe ngolwesithathu ngomhla ka-8 April 2026. Isihloko sithi The EFF Statement on Constitutional Court Response Regarding the Phala-Phala Judgment. The Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, welcomes the response from the Constitutional Court confirming the Commander-in-Chief and President of the EFF, Julius Malema, that judgment in the Phala-Phala matter under case number CCT 35/24 is at an advanced stage and expected to be delivered within the coming month. This confirmation follows the principled and consistent calls by the EFF for accountability in the Phala-Phala matter after raising serious concerns over the unacceptable and prolonged delay in the delivery of judgment in the matter of immense constitutional significance. The Commander-in-Chief of the EFF, Julius Malema, wrote to Chief Justice Mandisa Maya, raising grave concerns over the delay and reaffirming the principle that justice delayed is justice denied, particularly in a matter concerning the conduct of the sitting President of the Republic. It has now been 494 days since this matter was heard before the Constitutional Court, constituting an extraordinary and unacceptable delay in a matter of a profound constitutional and national importance. This delay stands in contradiction to the norms and standards for the performance of judicial functions issued in terms of Section 8 of the Superior Courts Act, which provide that, save for exceptional circumstances, judgment should be delivered no later than 3 months after the last hearing. The EFF has remained resolute in demanding accountability for Cyril Ramaphosa from the moment the Phala-Phala scandal emerged on the 1st of June 2022. A criminal case was opened against the President of the Republic of South Africa for his involvement in corruption, bribery, kidnapping, and money laundering, arising from the theft of $580,000 concealed at his Phala-Phala farm in February 2020. Since then, the EFF has led the fight for accountability in Parliament, in the courts, in the streets, and before the people of South Africa. When an independent panel led by former Chief Justice Sandile Ngcobo was established to determine whether prima facie evidence existed for Parliament to institute impeachment proceeding against Cyril Ramaphosa. That panel found indeed prima facie evidence existed and that Parliament ought to fulfill its constitutional obligation by holding the president accountable. However, rather than respect constitutional processes, the African National Congress used intimidation, coercion, and its irrational parliamentary majority to shield Cyril Ramaphosa from accountability. Members of parliament were persuaded to abandon their constitutional responsibilities, and the independent panel report was rejected through unconstitutional abuse of parliamentary process to protect a compromised president from scrutiny. It was this abuse of parliament and betrayal of constitutional democracy that compelled the EFF to approach the Constitutional Court so that the irrational decision to reject the report could be reviewed, set aside, and Parliament compelled to fulfill its constitutional duty. It is of paramount importance that we view this matter not merely as a case in which an individual of high status is being shielded from accountability for corruption, but rather in terms of what the Phala Phala scandal represents in the broader political life of South Africa. Phala Phala is not merely an isolated scandal involving one corrupt politician. It is a glaring example of state-linked white-collar criminality and the manner in which the state apparatus can be manipulated to protect elite interests, manage political risk, and mediate contradictions within the ruling establishment. What has unfolded since the scandal broke has exposed how state institutions can be mobilized not to defend justice, but to shield those in positions of political and economic power. We witness SARS ignored glaring tax and custom violations, despite confirming that no declaration existed for the foreign currency concealed at Phala Phala. We witnessed the South African Reserve Bank attempt to exonerate Ramaphosa through absurd legal gymnastics by conducting that no exchange control violation had occurred, despite overwhelming evidence of foreign currency being hidden on private property for years. We witnessed the public protector abandon her constitutional duty and whitewash Ramaphosa through irrationality finding designed to shield him from accountability. We continue to witness the South African Police Service refusing to release the IPID report, withholding critical information from the public, and frustrating transparency in the matter of overwhelming national importance. These coordinated actions reveal a dangerous reality that under ANC government, law enforcement agencies, regulatory bodies, and constitutional institutions can be repurposed and weaponized to preserve elite political interest, while ordinary South Africans faces full might of the law for lesser offenses. EFF rejects this perversion of constitutional democracy and reiterates that this modus operandi will never find expression in the South Africa. No person is above the law, and all must be equal before it, regardless of office, status, wealth, or political influence. No president, no matter how powerful, should ever be shielded from consequence by the very institution meant to uphold justice. The EFF therefore awaits for the forthcoming judgment of the Constitutional Court with the expectation that the highest court in the land will uphold the Constitution without fear or favor and affirm the principle that no one is above the law. Ayingaze ngafunda kahle yazi. Ngcono ngizincome mina ngoba angeke nize ningincome nina ngiyazi. Yazi ngafunda ungaze ube nethemba lokuthi isilungu ngiyasazi kanti hayi lutho. Isona statement ke lesi esikhishwe i-EFF emveni kokuthola leya response ebivele e-Constitutional Court. Kodwa uVuyo Zungulo uthe abantu base-South Africa bakhathazeke. Uthe abakhathazeke, abangajabuli ukuthi mhlambe sizobona ubulungiswa. Uthe uVuyo Zungulo njengabantu base-South Africa asikhathazeke. Njengoba ngishilo nami, alikho icala akathweswa lona uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa kwathiwa lelo cala limlahlile. Angisho kodwa ukuthi ngithini. Angibambe le video ngicela ukuze ukuphala kwakho la comment section ngizwe ukuthi wena ubona kanjani lolu daba esilixoxayo. Ungasupporta ngokuba imember ye-channel, ungasupporta ngokudonatela. Ikhona i-account kwi-comment ephiniwe, ungaklikka futhi ne-super thanks button. Ungakhohlwa ukusubscribe, ushare, ulike. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.